Big Mom's house. Big Mama's house. Welcome to Big Mama's house. Big Mama's house. Yeah. Big Mama's house. Welcome to Big Mama's house. Big Mama's house. Yeah.
Welcome back to Big Mama's house, y'all. Papa and I are here today, and we are going to discuss some insights that I've had about Kim and Olivia from Welcome to Plathville.
Up to season 2, right?
Um,
Because that's all we have.
yeah. This kind of just refers to them in general.
Okay.
Okay. Because I think if you've listened to our channel for a while now, you know that I like to break things down into the why, right? Why does somebody think that way? Why are you reacting that way?
Yeah.
That kind of thing. So here are my thoughts. You have two stubborn, strong, judgmental princesses, and they have butted heads. And no, it's like two rams, and they've locked horns, and nobody's given it an inch. Here's my thought about Kim.
Yeah.
Kim Plath is used to making 1,000 decisions a day and being the daily authoritarian with the kids in the kingdom that she and Barry created.
Yeah.
Okay? Picture it. You're isolated a few miles out of town on this ginormous farm. All these kids underfoot. There's no way that, they don't have those big old cargo vans that they give to, like, moms with sextuplets anymore.
Yeah.
They could not literally take all their kids with them probably anywhere. So Kim was always at home. And whenever you're the one at home, you're the one that has to come up with, making them, again, 1,000 little rules to keep kids from killing themselves. And then suddenly, after all these years, okay, of her being able to, to make the decisions in her little kingdom.
Yep.
And it's not just her kingdom, it's also Barry's.
But Barry's hardly there because he's working.
But he obviously likes the way things are going,
Oh, yeah, they talk. Yep.
Suddenly, Queen Kim is being questioned and not listened to. And that would be shocking to her.
Yeah.
After all those years. Don't you?
Yeah, because at least 20 some years. Because Ethan's was 21 or 20 when him and Olivia met?
When they met or when they started courting?
When they met, he was probably like 18, wasn't he? 18 or 19?
Probably more like 16.
16? Okay.
16, 17, something like that. I would think that it would take more than just a minute as a mom, as an adult, as a woman in my house where things go run my way, the way I like them, for her to adjust. I mean, that's just me on my mom's side. That's me thinking, okay, if I were in her shoes, all this time, how would I feel? And I think what happened is it also causes fear. Oh my gosh, there's this one person that is coming to our family. They don't think like we do. And I know that's his right because he's an adult. But what about my other children?
Yeah.
What if that influence is spread to them? And that fear, okay.
It's like a poison ivy spreading through the family.
Fear creates a need for control, right? So what does she do? She clamps down on her babies. She's like the mother hen that like tucks all her little babies up under her wings to keep them safe.
Yep.
That was her, and I truly think that they believed in how they lived. I think they really believed they were doing the very best they could and with the right intentions and everything. And whenever the older kids left, again, after pouring half of your entire life into these kids day in and day out, 24/7 for, 2 decades or more, that would be absolutely heartbreaking. We had it happen for a little while with one, and we were worried about that influence being spread to Lizard because they're very close. And, so we kind of get some of that vibe. But now, they are trying, I think, to accept Micah and Mariah more in order to avoid the same thing happening
situation,
with
yeah.
Ethan. But I know the damage has been done and I think it's more of the fear the kids have of their reaction. Like, I think they're making efforts to try to change, to be more accepting, to be less judgmental, you know. But they have to show them that they can be trusted in that way now. Because it's a change in what the kids know of them.
Yeah.
And honestly, they seem to be making efforts regarding the younger kids. And we mentioned it a little bit on the season 2, episode 6 episode about how some of the things are changing to the littler kids.
Yeah, and they're changing for the better. I think as far as on screen anyway, we don't know what happens, like I said, off screen, but on the screen, the dad is trying to be more helpful with the kids, do more active things with the kids.
Yeah.
Which who knows? He probably did before, but all we know is what we see on the show.
Right.
So, as far as I know, he's actually trying to interact more with the kids.
Yeah.
So and they're with Isaac.
Mm-hmm.
They're helping him with his dream, with his little
aviation, being a pilot.
Yeah. So I mean, they're coming back. I'm not gonna say they're gonna go all out and give the little girls the cell phones when they're like 13, 14 years old with social media.
I don't think they should.
I don't think so either. But I mean, they're getting more flexible.
That's exactly it.
Yes,
but the kids have got to come to learn to trust that. And I think that's, like, at first, Kim and Barry's reaction of, oh, we'll just give it time. I'm not a give it time person when it comes to the people I love. Yes, at first, like, if we have an argument or something, we should take some time, a few, 30 minutes, an hour, get calmed down and things, so things don't get ugly. But don't just leave. Don't, you have to work it out if you care enough. What do you think about Kim? We're only going to talk about Kim. What do you think about?
Well,
Kim
at
this
first, when I seen season 1, episode 1, I was not a Kim fan.
Right.
Okay. But I've come, as a parent, I understand more where Kim's coming from.
Yeah.
Now, we didn't raise our kids the way Kim and Barry raised theirs, so it's still different.
Right.
But we also didn't have all those kids either. That we had.
No, but we did live out of town.
We lived out of town. We lived in a couple places. In
the country where cows weren't too far away.
But we weren't. When the kids got older, we started loosening up more. We don't keep tight of our kids and say, no, you can't go out of this off this village, off this farm. That's what happened there.
They didn't say you couldn't leave the farm. Anyway, we're getting off track. We're talking about Kim.
I know. I'm
Olivia only.
Why I'm coming to like Kim.
Okay.
Because she's changing.
Yeah.
Before, like I said, I think she had a grip on her kids and didn't want to let go. Didn't want to let them go out to the real world. Okay.
Because of fear.
Because of fear, exactly. But you're eventually gonna have to let them go because we see what happens to them when they eventually leave.
Well, again, I think whenever Ethan left and things changed, I think it really was like someone threw ice water in their faces. They had no clue that things had changed. I don't even think they realized that things had changed so much.
And I think it's going to be different with Isaac and Lower. I think Lydia's going to be different too, but she's a little older now, so eventually she's going to be going before the other ones.
Yeah.
But like Isaac and the 3 other daughters, I think they're going to be more flexible and more open to them.
Okay.
More so than they were with the older kids. More so than they were with Ethan, at least.
Okay. My thoughts on Olivia is that she feels a lot of pride in her and her family's change to being more liberal, less conservative. But she has a deep-rooted fear of losing control and not being able to do what she wants and whatever. And I want to know, what did her, because she's acting like the Plaths are terrible people, but all of this comes back to her childhood. And
it's always about her.
So what's that story? Did her dad beat the crap out of them? Were they neglected and starved or made to work all day? Like, what is this deep, intense fear of this? I mean, was she SA'd? You know, like there is a reason. That's what I'm saying. There's a reason that there's this deep-rooted fear of losing control.
And going down that path is a slippery slope. You know,
Which I mean,
say, but I
I'm
mean,
just saying it's a thing that happens to pretty young girls,
yeah,
and you know maybe she never even told anyone about it. I don't know. I'm just saying, psychologically speaking,
I
I'm
hope that's
trying to
not
think
true.
of I do too.
I'm just hoping that the dad was really overprotective, you know, and like most, she's an only child, right? She don't have any
Oh no, no,
brothers.
no. She's got lots of brothers and
Oh,
sisters.
oh, because she doesn't mention them.
She doesn't mention her family hardly ever
I know.
unless it's about her upbringing.
Yeah, but it would make more sense if she was an only child, the way she's acting.
Yeah.
But since she's not an only child, now that just completely, takes care of my point, But she's, you said earlier that she's a strong woman. I don't believe she's strong.
Strong-willed.
I believe she's weak. She's
Strong-willed.
very dependent. She can't be independent. She's not the
Yeah,
type of
she wants to
person.
be wild and free and doing all these new things, but she wants someone there to hold her hand.
And I think Ethan will be good enough until she finds somebody new down the road, and then Ethan will be gone bye bye.
Interesting theory.
That's my belief on Olivia. I really have nothing
Well,
great to say about Olivia.
I
I
was
don't know
gonna,
anything about her life.
yeah.
I mean, once we find out, yeah, if we find out about her backstory down the road, then it might all change. But as far as right now, at this point in time, I am not a big Olivia fan.
Well, and to finish my thought is that she has this deep fear of losing control, and again, fear breeds a need for control.
Yeah.
And around we go, which is why every episode, which is probably about a week or so in real life, that she's slowly getting more immature and more needy and more whiny and more tears and
Worse and worse.
and the way she deflects everything back to being Ethan's fault or his parents' fault or her upbringing or whatever. But it's never like, let me take ownership of my faults too.
Yeah.
And the things that I need to improve on too. At least to here, I don't feel like I think that she's in such a spiral of that, the fear and the need for control and all that, that she doesn't even, like she said, she didn't even notice in that last episode that she was really hurting him by thinking about changing their couple's tattoo.
But then that took 5 minutes, and 5 minutes later, like a minute later,
But you don't know, I mean, how long he had felt that way and how long she had been bugging about this.
No, I know, but her thinking that, and she was like, I never knew it. I was doing that, blah blah blah. But then, 30 seconds later, she didn't care.
Yeah, because she knows that he's gonna forgive her. And with him, he'd have to grovel and beg and go to therapy. And
so if he really cared, she'd be like, no, we don't have to get her tattoos. We can cancel the appointment. Because she was like looking at the clock on the stove.
Yeah.
Because wait, if this appointment, you got to make her minds up. Just call. Just cancel. People do it all the time.
Obviously, he was in not in a good mood.
Exactly. He's going to regret that tattoo someday. I'm pretty damn sure of it.
Well, again, you heard it here, folks. And I know some of this stuff may already happen, but Papa does know nothing about that.
I do not.
He is new to Plathville. Anyway, those are just my thoughts. I'm still trying to get a read on Olivia because she has not given us a lot, not revealed a lot as far as her specifics as to what her background was and why she has this fear of going back to that. So if any of y'all know if I've missed something, please let me know, because I really do. I don't think anyone is a bad person just because they're a bad person unless they're born like a psychopath or something. I think a lot of people are ignorant or rude or ungrateful or selfish because there's other stuff going on.
Yeah, something happened.
Until you know what that is and you can deal with it, nothing is ever going to really change. So that's, for me, I love the why. And, you and I have been down that road a lot. And just recently, I said many times, like, please, this really, bothers me or whatever. Can you please not word it like that? Because it makes it sound bad to me. And, and you finally, after I don't know how many times, but you did it the other day, and I was like, oh my gosh, thank you.
Oh, it was my tone.
And you know, the way you react
Yeah.
to things about certain questions and whatever.
And I'm sitting here thinking, now what's she talking about?
But
yeah, it was,
it was so like, my baby, he listened and did so. Oh my goodness.
for that 5 minutes.
I was proud of you because that's not an easy thing to change that there's been ingrained for, 40 something years in you,
Yeah.
But anyway, I'm just saying psychology works, you guys. If you know somebody that actually knows what they're talking about and they're not going to say you're possessed by devils or demons or whatever.
Been there.
Yeah, so y'all, I hope you have a great day. Papa and I are having a really good time doing this together, and we hope you enjoy it too. Come back and see us. We're going to be continue with the Plathville series, so I hope to see you there.
Bye.
Bye.
Subscribe.
Be safe. Be kind.
Subscribe.
Bye.
Bye.